Hey guys, good morning. It's Angelo Christian Financial. Thank you so much for watching Real Estate Insider, our podcast, where America goes for funding. For the last 20 years, your lender for nationwide commercial and residential loans. We specialize in all loans, whether it's FHA, VA, USDA, conventional construction. That's why we're here. We're here to educate you, empower you, teach you about loans, teach you about finance and credit, so that way you're aware of all the different loan products that are out there in the marketplace. Today, we're talking about arm's length transactions. What is an arm's length transaction? You may have heard this, or maybe this happened to you while your loan was in processing, whether it's commercial or residential. This term can come up. What exactly is an arm's length transaction? So think about what arm's length means. Arm length, and how does this apply to real estate? So this is a very, very important term in real estate lending, arm's length transaction. And what exactly does it mean? And why does it matter? So if you're doing a loan with a real estate transaction with somebody, and your lender calls you and says, you know what? The underwriter has a concern that they don't think that this is an arm's length transaction. That means that they're worried that the loan that you're doing, the transaction that you're doing, is not legitimate in some way. That they have a concern that either somehow that there could be some type of manipulation or some type of coercion with you and the seller. And if they think that it's a non-arm's length transaction, that means not basically what you can think of as a non-arm's length transaction. That means that the deal is not legitimate. And if the underwriter has a concern that they think the deal is not legitimate, then they could either reduce your loan to value, which means increase your down payment, or raise your interest rate, because the underwriter has a concern that your transaction is not arm's length or not legit. So think of arm's length as legit and non-arm's length as not legit. And if they think that, you have to show evidence or proof that the transaction is arm's length and legitimate. So what exactly can you do? Let's say that, for example, that you're buying a house, from your relative, and they're gifting the down payment for you, and the underwriter has a concern that neither of you have lived in that house for the last 6 months, but now you're all of a sudden purchasing this property with no money down, 100% financing, and the seller is gifting the equity to you to purchase the home. They could have a concern that this transaction is not legitimate, because they may think you're trying to flip the property and buy it with no money down. You have no skin in the game. So they could either make you put 15% down or increase your interest rate to cover their risk. So you may have to show proof with utility bills or a lease that you've actually occupied that property to make it arm's length, right? So that's when an arm's length and non-arm's length situation can come up, and you have to know how to document it or overcome it to show proof to the underwriter that it is an arm's length transaction. Because if they do have a concern that it's not arm's length, that they could either deny the loan, or again, make you put more money down or raise your interest rate to cover their risk. So this can come up at any time in a loan transaction. That's why it's so important to prepare and get your file ready with your credit, with your bank statements, with your tax returns, so that way you have the best chance of getting approved for the loan. So if we can help you, remember, we're a nationwide commercial and residential lender. For over 20 years, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people. You can call or text us at the number above, the 832-431-6331, or you can click on the link down below to get signed up to get pre-approved with Angelo Christian. We want to be here to help you. Please give us a call. Thank you so much for watching us, and check out my next video. And thank you. Bye-bye.